Let us pray. Almighty God, the creator and owner of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria in general and Lagos State in particular. Amen. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. Now, all welcome to today's sitting. Let us quickly go through the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 29 December 2021. Honorable Mashuda, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, colleagues. Honorable Mr. Speaker, I sought and got your approval to travel, and it's surprising that my name appears under absent.
Mr. Clark, please kindly comment that.
Thank you, sir.
Page 452. 453. 454, 455, page 456, 457, 458, 459, 460, 460. I am observing the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 29 December 2021, and approval is here granted. Any message from the governor?
Yes, sir. Right Honourable Speaker, sir, good afternoon, distinguished honourable members. A letter was received from the Governor of Lagos State addressed to the Right Honourable Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly. Dear Right Honourable Speaker, forwarding of the list of nominees for appointment as Permanent Secretary, State Auditor General and Permanent Secretary, Auditor General for the Unified Local Government Service. Happy New Year to you and all the esteemed members of the State House of Assembly. My very best wishes for a fruitful and successful year ahead. I am pleased to confirm the list of the nominees for appointment as Permanent Secretary, State Auditor General and Permanent Secretary, Auditor General for the Unified Local Government Service for the kind consideration and confirmation of the honourable members of the Assembly. The names are Mr. Salami Sikiru Adeniji, nominee as Permanent Secretary, State Auditor General, and Mr. Ogunlana Obafemi Musa, nominated as Permanent Secretary, Auditor General for the Unified Local Government Service. While conferring my regards for yourself and members of our esteemed State House of Assembly, I am trusting that the Right Honourable Speaker will facilitate on the expeditious screening of the nominees as always. Thank you. Signed, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Thank you very much, sir.
Any other announcements?
There is none, sir.
Petitions,
None, sir.
matters of their public importance, none. Personal explanations, none. Reports, Honourable Sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, honourable colleagues. And I say welcome to Happy New Year again, let me just say that. Mr. Speaker, I read in the papers that the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was in the US to inspect planes for a red line that is being constructed in Lagos. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that this is a very welcome development. Transportation in Lagos, a mega city, smart city, goes beyond vehicles, goes beyond using cars, buses, Pep, as the case may be. And our fathers, as far back as the early 80s, had proposed the metro line for Lagos, understanding the projected growth in population, economic activities, and so on and so forth, which Lagos had been geared towards as far back as then. Our leader, our father, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, also took up this matter up to Governor Fashola, who also commenced this rail line. I'm happy that this House approved the necessary funds for the government, our government, to complete the blue line and the red line so that by this year these lines will be delivered. Of course, it is right, it's in place that we prepare to run the trains on them because the trains are the rolling stock that is necessary to run these lines. Traffic in Lagos, as we all know, as construction is going on, is a bit very tough. The trains are the way to go. And for this to happen, I think our governor deserves commendation to be forthright, to be on, not to drop the ball with respect to this transportation. I'm also happy to say that he's doing other things too. You can look at the, I think the Maryland Okpedi Bridge, which is also to take traffic away from the main road in that area, to ease traffic, to ensure that commuting life in Lagos
is bearable. People spend 4, 5, 6 hours every day in traffic, and it's only a responsible government that would ensure that those numbers of hours are reduced to the barest minimum. I also know he has doing some things in the area of health. We have the Mercy Hospital, which is fully funded as well. We also have the fire service that we have created to serve the people. These are items that has to serve the people. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like us to commend the governor for these activities, not abandoning projects but seeing them to completion, even though it wasn't the one that started them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and distinguished colleagues. I want to sincerely welcome us back. Well, to join my colleagues, Honorable Ijaiye, in commending the governor for doing a good job for the government. Well, it's not in our practice to impress non-performing person. Whoever performs, we must commend. And whoever held, we must be able to tell the whole world what is going on. Sir, we want to commend him for doing this, because it's going to touch directly the life of Lagosians. And the computer are going to enjoy more benefits. At least it will reduce the travel hours. Not only the train. Presently, jetties are going to be built across the state. And we have equally acquired ferries to commute our people around Lagos State. This is monumental. In my constituency, constituency 1, usually it used to be very difficult for us to get there. Then with, building jetty, people will be able to commute through waterways. We want to commend him, at least. He's doing it, talking and performing. And we are seeing it physically. That shows money that we are appropriating when the judiciary is lies for what is meant to achieve. Then, Mr. Speaker, sir, you remember there was a time we were proposing a sunset law in this house, where we feel any governor that comes in must implement the projects they met on ground. But with the emergence of this new governor, we are happy that he's able to complete most of those projects ongoing, and he's initiating new ones and completing it speedily. So, in my own constituency, for example, the general hospital that was started by Governor Rabi Fashola. I'm sorry, sir. This is just a report, and it's been specific on the train and transportation. So I want to join in commending him. Okay, sir. Okay, limit ourselves to... it's because I'm happy when you look back and see what he's doing. And I want him to do more in my own constituency. Thank you. So thank you very much, sir. Please come and do more, sir. Yeah, next month. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Honorable Speaker, firstly let me start by commending the House for making this feat very possible. Also allow me commend the executive, the head being Mr. Governor, for this wonderful achievement. We are very proud, Lagos is proud, albeit the introduction of more BRT buses has made it quite difficult still because of the influx of people into the state. The creation and the modernization of this train service system that we have today and that is coming to our dear state is just a pointer to the continuation of the spirit of governance that we've had since 1999. To this, we'd like to say a huge commendation to Lagos State, to the Lagos State House of Assembly for this. I also want to commend that as this is going on, we also need as well that the waterways as well, which the governor has started as well, that it should be continued. Mr. Speaker, I also want to join my voice in commending Lagos State, the governor, Mr. Speaker, and everyone who's made it possible that this train system should come and is here to stay. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable Lumo. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. again, I want to say Happy New Year to my colleague and welcome from our beautiful holidays. Well, I am here to also commend Mr. Governor for the good job that he has done. Aside from the red line, he has worked massively in accordance with our slogan in Lagos. Lagos is known as a center of excellence, and that is why Mr. Soluble, Mr. Governor, has been doing wonderfully well for us. I want to talk about Badagry Division. We have on this floor complained severally about the deplorable condition of the road on that axis of the state. But I can report to you confidently that day in, day out, work is going on massively on Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Very soon, Mr. Governor will put smiles on our faces, and the BRT buses are also being deployed to that very section of the state. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank this House for passing the Reform Transport Sector Law, which obviously is been put to practice by the executive. I can tell you from the figure we have outside that the union in Lagos State, both the NURTW, RATIAN and other unions that has to do with transportation in Lagos are already complying with this law. And the issue of taking money from every bus stop, from commuters to the ticket that they use is being harmonized, and we can see it effectively working. All these are attributable to the achievement of Mr. Governor, and the cost of moving a negotiation from one place to the other is dramatically coming down. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. I can see many lights on it. Thank you, sir. This report is just, how do you call it, an initial report before main report. So it's not a subject of discussions that, goes beyond limits. So it's just giving us an idea of what he saw and heard in the news. And that's why he has been giving them. But this one, you are now extending the scope. Because so if you have motion to present something, well, you can come with a motion. So we can entertain everybody and all ideas and observations here. But in this case, this report under other paper is just to give us a notice or information as to what has happened, which I quite agree with him, particularly when you talk about transportation in Lagos State. Issue of traffic has become something else, and it is noticed by everybody, even far away from this country. People that will not complain about traffic from one state to the other. So we take, and I share his sentiment for the fact that the governor has made efforts to secure trains that will convey people from one location to another within the state. I think it's commendable, and not just a train, it is a new one, and that has capacity to move thousands of people, and is to relieve people of the harrowing experience that we all, including ourselves, when we move from within the state at times, the traffic is something that we just need. We need to provide solution, and I think the governor is going in this direction. And besides that, I also mentioned the ordinary land bridge that is, I think they have started already. So all these are commendable, so that it will relieve pain. Moving from one location to another, and I think this is what our people deserve, and we should commend the governor for going towards this direction and improve on it. The essence is to encourage him to do more, because that is the job he has been given, and he's performing another line. So we are encouraging him with this to do more, particularly this train issue. He has to see to it that it is he ensure that the end of it comes during this administration, because we have been on this matter since Akande up to this, and I hope he will be the lucky boy that will commission this blue line. Is it the blue line? Yeah. Huh? Red line. Okay, the red line. This one is the red. Okay, the red line. So with this, we take this as the preliminary report. We'll be waiting. If you have other things you want to do, you can come in form of more substantive motion, so that we can all at least contribute and say what we want and what we have seen in the efforts of the governor. But we take this preliminary report, and I also agree with Honorable Shah that there's a need to commend the governor for the good job he has been doing. So Honorable Shah, can you give us your prayer Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That the governor, that the House of Assembly commends the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for the good work of ensuring that the transportation system in Lagos is seamless that he has been carrying out. I so move. Thank you.
Can you take that again?
Mr. Speaker, I said it from my head now. That the House of Assembly for the that the House of Assembly
the governor for the good job he's doing.
Yes, that the House of Assembly do commend the governor for the good job he's doing within our state. Thank you.
I won't second. Honorable Lai Mohammed. I'm sorry. Give one.
Benny, I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor, say aye. All in favor, you have right to differ. You don't have to say aye. You can say no. So whatever you want to say. All in favor, say aye. Those against no, the ayes have it. Mr. Clark, I need some letter of commendation to Mr. Governor for the good job he's doing in Lagos State. Business of the day, laying of report, Honorable Akande.
Good afternoon, Director Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. I'm here to lay a report on a bill for a law to establish the Lagos State Enforcement Training Institute, provide for the training of law enforcement officers and for collective purposes. I so move.
Yeah, Majority Leader, presentation of report. Mr. Speaker, listed for presentation of report is the Lagos State Mortgage and Property Amendment Bill 2021. To take the report of the Committee on Housing to be presented by Honorable Makinde RL, the Chairman of the Committee, I move that the House dissolve the Committee of the Whole. I so move. Honorable Ijaiye.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor, say aye. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Against no, the ayes have it. Honorable Makinde.
Good afternoon, the Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleague. Report of the Committee on Housing on the bill for a law to amend the Mortgage and Property Law, Cap NB, Law of Lagos State, 2015. 1. Preamble. The House at its plenary session of Tuesday, 4th May 2021, deliberated on a bill for a law to amend the Mortgage and Property Law, Cap N5, Law of Lagos State 2015, and committed same to the Committee on Housing for further scrutiny. The committee was also mandated to organize a public hearing in line with Order 73 of the Harmonized Business Rules and Standing Order of the House to seek input from concerned stakeholders and members of the public to enrich the bill. Consequently, a public hearing was held on Thursday, 20 May 2021 at the Assembly Pavilion, where presentations were made and memoranda submitted by members of the public. With the permission of the Honorable Speaker, I want to seek your knowledge that I should move to recommendation.
Start from 4.0 overview. Okay, sir. 4.0 overview of the bill. Honorable Akande SOD, Majority Leader, in his overview of the bill, informed that the need to standardize and enhance the mortgage property sector of the housing industry, with which the extant law did not provide for, necessitated the amendment to the Mortgage and Property Law Cap M5, Law of Lagos State 2015. It presented the highlight of the amendment to include provision for regulating mortgage transactions involving financing, stakes, auctioning procedure, foreclosure, and other sundry interaction and rights between the mortgagee and mortgagor in the mortgage sector. He added that the implementation of the amendment will restore sanity to the extant law. He therefore presented the amendment clause by clause. Observations. From the verbal presentation and submitted memoranda, the following observations were made by the committee on the proposed amendment. There is need to amend the side note of section 22 to read action in respect of mortgage. Figure 2, section 22, sub 1, need to redact to read any person entitled to redeem mortgage property may have a judgment or order for sale instead of for redemption in an action brought by him, either for redemption alone or for sale alone or for sale or redemption in the alternative for clarity. Figure 3. In relation to the provision of section 23 sub 1, there is need to amend section 35 sub 1 to include circumstances under which the power of sale will become exercisable. Figure 4. Since section 23 provisions are similar to those of section 35 to 38 of the extant law, a new provision with the side note sales by auction is proposed to insert as new section 23, while subsection 2 to 8 of the proposed amendment be retained and renumbered, subsection 1 to 7 accordingly. Figure 5, section 38 sub 3, line 1, auctioneer to be replaced with a duly licensed auctioneer. Figure 6, section 39 sub 4c, there is need to state in precise terms the conditions on which the court could refuse the application. Figure 7, still in section 39 sub 8, line 1, mortgage should be changed to mortgage. Figure 8, in section 29 sub 2a, contractual date to be replaced with repayment date to avoid ambiguity. Figure 9, provision of section 39 sub 8 negate fairness to the mortgagee should be expunged. Figure 10, insertion of new section 41 to the drafted thus, the chief judge may make such rules of court as are necessary to give effect to this law and expedite the hearing of matters arising from the provision of enforcement of this law, such that all matters are initiated and determined within the period of 180 days, provided that any matters whose hearing and determination exceed 180 days shall remain valid where it does not occasion a miscarriage of justice. This has become necessary to provide for expeditious hearing of mortgage-related cases. Figure 11, section 58 sub 1, line 2, mortgage institution should be changed to mortgage bank. And figure 12, still in section 58 sub 1b, the words unable in line 1 and false information in line 4 are to be changed to phrase and misinformation respectively to avoid unintended interpretation. Recommendations. Those are the general impressions given at the hearing by the public and the observation above. The committee hereby recommends as follows that amend the side note of section 22 of the principal law to read action in respect of mortgage. 2. Section 22 of the principal law deletes subsection 1 and replace to read a person entitled to redeem a mortgage property may obtain judgment or order of court for sale and or redemption of the mortgage property. Number 3. In clause 23 of the proposed bill, subsection 3, line 2, inside the word of the state, after the word law, create a new clause 34 with the side note, acquisition of mortgage property by the state, to read acquisition of mortgage property by the state. In the event of acquisition of mortgage property by the state for public interest, the compensation shall be such that it enough to settle the mortgage debt in full. Figure 5. Delete section 35 sub 1 of the principal law and replace as follows. 1. A mortgage shall person to this law, a mortgagee person to this law and to the like extent as if they had conferred by the terms in the mortgage deed have power to. Figure 1. When the mortgage money or any installment has become due and unpaid to sell or concur with any other person selling the mortgage property or any part of it, either subject to prior changes or not, and either together or in lot, by public auction or private contract, subject to such conditions in respect of title or evidence of title or other matter as the mortgagee deemed fit with power to vary any contract for sale and to buy it in an auction or to rescind any contract for sale or to resell. Figure 2. At any time after the date of mortgage, to ensure and to keep insure against loss or damage by fire any building or any inspector property of an insurable nature, whether affixed to the freehold or not, being or forming part of the property which or an estate of interest therein is mortgaged, and premium paid for any such insurance shall be a charge on the mortgage property or estate or interest, in addition to the mortgage money, and with the same priority and with interest at the same rate as the mortgage money. 3. When the mortgage money has become due, to appoint a receiver of the income of the mortgage property or any part of it, or if the mortgage property consists of any interest in income or an annual or other periodic sum, a receiver of that property or any part thereof. And Figure 4. While the mortgage is in possession, to cut and sell timber and other trees ripped for cutting, and not planted or left standing for shelter or an ornament, or to contract for any such cutting and sales, to be completed within any time not exceeding 12 months from the making of the contract. Still in the new clause, Figure 6, still in the new clause 39, delete the preamble to subclause 2 and replace with the right of the mortgagee to bring an action for foreclosure shall not become exercisable until. Figure 7, also in clause 39 sub 2a of the proposed bill, in line 1, delete the word contractual date after the word D and replace with the word payment date. Figure 8, in clause 39 sub 3 of the proposed bill. In line 1, delete the phrase at the specific period after property and replace with within the specific period set out in subsection 1 of this section. In Article 9, in clause 39 sub clause 4A of the bill, delete the word expire after upon and replace with the word expiration. In Article 10, create a new clause 40 in the proposed bill with the side note violation before foreclosure to read. Violation before foreclosure. After an order of foreclosure has been granted by the court, the mortgage shall ensure that a licensed valuer valuates the mortgage property before it is auctioned or sold. In Article 11, create new clause 41 and 42 with the side note negotiated sale and person restricted from purchasing the mortgage property, respectively, to read as follows. Negotiated sales, section 41 sub 1. The mortgagee may sell by way of registered sales directly to a third party at the open market value of the mortgage property valued by a professional valuer. 2. The mortgagee shall sell the mortgage property with the aid of a professional real estate agent where the sales is made by the professional. The usual commission fee of the professional for the services rendered may be included in the sales price. 3. At least 15 days before the closing the mortgage property sales contract, the mortgagee shall give the notice of sales to the mortgagor or the owner of the mortgage property with notification shall include the following. A. Amount of the whole debt. B. Estimated value of the mortgage property. C. The purchase price which must not be less than 60% of the estimated value of the property unless otherwise agreed in the written between the mortgagee and the owner. D. Expected date of conclusion of the sales contract. E. Mode of distribution of the proceeds of the sales contract. F. Date on which the mortgage property is to be vacated. G. A statement concerning the terms on which the whole debt can be paid in order to avoid the sales of mortgage property involved. 4. Upon payment by the purchaser and compliance with any contract for sale, the mortgagee shall execute and deliver a deed and such other document as may be necessary to transfer the mortgage property to or as directed by the purchaser. 42. Person restricted from purchasing the mortgage property. The following persons and organizations shall not be permitted to purchase a mortgage property without the leave of court. A mortgagee. B. An employee, director, officer, or representative of the mortgagee, or an immediate member, officer, or a family. C. An affiliate, associate, or related person or company to the mortgagee. D. An agent of the mortgagee or an immediate member of his family. E. Any person in a position to influence the purchase directly or indirectly. Or F. A person in position of any other privileged information with regard to the transaction. In Article 12, create a new clause 43 with the side note. Power of the chief judge in respect of mortgage matters to read. Power of the chief judge in respect of mortgage matters. 43. The chief judge may make such a rules of court as are necessary to give effect to this law and expedite the hearing of matters arising from the provisions or enforcement of this law, such that all matters are initiated. Please, I want us to include and determined within the period of 180 days. Provided that any matters whose hearing and determined exceed 180 days shall remain valid where it does not occasion a miscarriage of justice. Number 13. Redraft the new proposed clause 58 sub 1b of the bill to read. Discharge of mortgage by court order 58 1 sub b, where the mortgagor fails to disclose the true statement of the amount owed. The court shall order that the mortgagor pay the outstanding sum as well as penalty for misinformation as to the actual amount owed. Roman figure 14. In line 2 of the definition of foreclosure absolute, delete the word the right of redeeming in after the word when and replace with the mortgagor's right to redeem bill. 7.0 Conclusion. The committee expresses its gratitude to Mr. Speaker and members for the opportunity given it to carry out this assignment. Also appreciate the acting clerk of the House for its support, the Secretariat for their commitment at ensuring timely completion of the report. Thank you. Honorable Makinde Ared, Ifako, consent to Chairman Committee on Housing. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to note that the report as presented by Honorable Makinde be adopted for debate. Thank you, sir. Honorable Speaker, I hereby second motion as needs. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those against no. The ayes have it. Who has the light? Honorable Tabu. Thank you, sir. So I just want a clarification from the chairman. In the observation, he did tell us on item 6, where he said that there is need to state in precise time the condition on which the court refuse the application, make the application for sales by auction. But I look at the recommendation. Nothing was stated in a clear time. The only item I saw here is item 6 in clause 39, where he said the right of the mortgagee to bring an action for foreclosure shall not become exercisable until, so this until what was not clearly stated. I just want us to look at that area, sir. Thank you. Where do we have that in the observation? Item 6. Item 6. That's section 39 4C. And the recommendation. And in the recommendation, item 6. Clause 39. The chairman, can you respond to that? The right honorable speaker, this amendment is already in the extant law, and the essence is just to protect the mortgagee that is not duly treated. That is where we insert this clause 39. Until when every necessary information needed is being provided, that's just when the foreclosure can be granted. I think the continuation of your question is on the substantive law, which has subsection 1, right? Section 3, subsection 1 up to it. To find the report should have made reference or referred to that subsection instead of leaving it, stopping the, where is it, 6. Yes, if there is no further question, let somebody move motion for adoption. Deputy Speaker, sir, I'd like to say, yes, Mr. Speaker, I was just trying to inquire that Mr. Chairman, when he was speaking the other time, and said something should be put, I initiated and determined in 43, I mean for section 43 item 12 and determined. However, what I'm saying is, the B part, the second paragraph, technically take away what the first paragraph has granted. So it means that there is no point putting the first paragraph. If you want to say that within 180 days, initiate and conclude, I will now go ahead to say that if whatever case is more than 180 days, you can still go ahead. So it's like saying nothing. Or maybe they should recount or retract this position of section B. Maybe they need an application to the court to continue or whatever. But technically, it's just taking away what the A has granted, giving something that the right hand and taking away that the left hand. It's like, you know. Definitely, I didn't get the point you are trying to make. 43, they are 43 because there is nothing referring to the other leg. I see subsection 43 altogether. There is no, A is not indicated. Now you remove your disc, I can't hear you very well. Mr. Speaker, what I'm saying is that item 12, powers of the chief judge in respect of mortgage matters. 43, the chief judge may make such use of the court as are necessary to give effect to this law and expedite the hearing of matter arising from the position or enforcement of this law, such that all matters are initiated. I guess he made one amendment there, maybe and determined within a period of 180 days. Fine, like it is in the whatever, the electoral act, something like that. Now, but now he went further to now say, provided that any matter used hearing and determination exceeds 180 days shall remain valid, where it does not occasion a miscarriage of justice. What I'm saying is, technically, this second paragraph takes away what the first paragraph has given. No, I don't think so. It's just a provision assuming that the a decision cannot be taken within 180 days. Within 180 days. So whatever that happens, as long it does not amount to miscarriage of justice, stays or subsists. I think that is the point we are trying to make here, that if we go beyond that 180 days, beyond 180 days, that the determination exceed 180 days shall remain valid where it does not occasion a miscarriage of justice. So, it will not occasion miscarriage of justice is what is not determined. But what I think is that in a situation where decision cannot be taken within 180 days, then the validity of such case still subsists without influencing or occasion a miscarriage of justice. I think it's the second leg has not taken anything away from the first leg. In fact, to me, it adds to it that, okay, in the case where decision, whatever that is being introduced by the chief judge in determining a case has not been concluded upon because of time, still continue until such decision is being made, as long as it does not take away the validity and does not amount to the miscarriage of justice. I think it's is there any other person that has contrary opinion? Majority leader, you have Honorable Elliott.
Oh, sir, it's actually not a contrary opinion, in agreement to what you have said, that even after 180 days, it still remains valid as long as it's not seen as a miscarriage of justice.
I agree with what you said. Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry. I hereby move that the report of the committee be adopted as a resolution of the House.
Who is seconding? Honorable Ijaiye. I second the motion as moved. All in favor say aye. Those against the ayes. Majority leader. Mr. Speaker, I move that the House reverts to plenary. So move. You move what? Can you take that again, please? I move that the House reverts to plenary. Honorable Akande.
I don't know, Mr. Speaker, I second the motion as moved.
Are you okay? I can't hear you. Can you take that again? You know, remove your mouth if it is the problem.
I like to second the motion as moved, sir.
All in favor say aye. Those against the ayes have it. Majority leader. Mr. Speaker, as a committee of the whole, the House took the presentation in respect of Lagos State Mortgage and Property Amendment Bill 2021, presented by the chairman of the Committee on Housing, Honorable Makinde and Ifako, Ijaiye. The report was well presented. Members had little observation and question to put to the chairman, which the chairman made clarification of. And the recommendations of the committee were taken as a resolution of the House. Mr. Speaker, that is what transpired at the committee of whole before we go to Plenary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Director, Speaker. I rise to affirm that that was to throw the cap of what transpired at the committee of the whole. Thanks. I have to second the motion as moved by
All in favor say aye. Those against the ayes have it. Yeah, Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we've come to the end of matter listed on the other paper, and I have the approval of Mr. Speaker to move that the House adjourns to Monday, the 21st day of February at 12 noon. I so move.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I like to support the motion as moved.
Before the question is put, there will be a short meeting immediately after sitting. All in favor say aye. Those against no, the ayes have it. This House stands adjourned to Monday, 21st February 2022 at 12 noon prompt. Ayes have it.